Okay. So I am going to show you guys today how to find events, plan events, host events, and also where to shop for events, like little fun things. Okay. The first thing you need to do is you got to figure out what your budget is. And from your budget, you can figure out what you want to do. So if you're going to spend 500 or 1,000, or you only want to spend $100, or you only want to spend $50. Okay. So we're starting August. We're just rolling over, but we're not into the full fall yet. But in the fall, there's a lot of things like fall festivals, right? Little get-togethers, gatherings, potlucks, gift swaps, and things like that. So all at the beginning of the year, I teach you guys how to do pop buys and give stuff to people. This time of the year, I get y'all to do events. This is the best time of the year to host events or to do events or even doing open houses. People love going to open houses during the fall time and they like doing events. So even as a commercial agent, you can do this. Okay. So what's this smell that everybody loves so much during the fall?
Cinnamon.
Pumpkin,
Cinnamon, pumpkin spice. What did you say, Renee?
pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice. So that's where you're going to end up like just figure like understanding like smells and things like that. Okay. So cookies, baked goods, hot chocolates, and stuff like that. Okay. So hosting events, hosting open houses, going to a business and doing things or co-branding. So for Chris, I would suggest like going to a small business and seeing, hey, are you guys doing any kind of functions or fall events? And for you guys looking for a community event. So I'm going to go where I know exactly where the community event is and I know exactly how much it costs. Okay. So I'm going to my email and Fieldhouse off Riley Fuzzle is right by my house. Perfect. So this is actually I wouldn't say a place where you would do it as a business. You would probably go to something a little bit different, but you partner up with somebody who's there, like your gym or whatever. So Field House, what they do is they have a little market every weekend. And to get a booth there is $50. All right. I'm just listening to my, so it's $50, right? So I'm gonna wonder, okay, I'm in my mind, am I gonna make my money back if I get one client off this $50? The answer is probably yes, but it's also about being consistent. Now, I'm not gonna go every single week because I definitely don't have time for it, but I might go once a month. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into, okay, what is it do they do? And I'm going to go to the event at least once or twice. Well, I've accidentally stumbled upon the event and I am on their list where they're like, hey, if you want to be a vendor, okay, it's once a month, second Saturday, 10 to 9 p.m. And I'm not going to sit out there all day long, but I'm pick a couple of hours and go out there. And what you can do as a real estate agent is you can go out there and sell houses or sell information in the neighborhood or put up newsletters. And put a TV up with like homes listed in the neighborhood. And it could be all the homes that's listed like right there. And would you like me to run a comp on your house or something like that with some buyer or seller packets? Or you could do a raffle, or you can host with another vendor and just do a raffle. Okay. So that's one way to do it. The purpose of hosting an event or going to an event or participating in an event is to do what? Network. What basic information do you need to collect in order to make a networking event work? That's it. That's it. Phone number, email, and name. So you can create a QR code and do this. So Renee has been hosting open houses and doing little community events at for the developments. Great places to do open houses. You make it a big thing, you put the flags out and stuff like that. For commercial real estate, you can go to a small business at a coffee shop and do like, $1 towards everybody's coffee. And everybody's going to come by, shake hands with you, say hi, and you can share a little bit of information. But that shows the business owner that you're really interested in their business. So I taught the commercial agents how to find all the businesses that might be renewing. So yes, you can go and promote a new business, but you might want to go and promote a business that's been there 3 or 4 years. Why, Chris? They got to renew their leases, or they're expanding or growing or getting out of the business and getting out of that lease, right? And so with you showing up, there is an opportunity for you there. You have to show up every single day, and it doesn't always have to cost you money. You can give everybody swag. Like, hey, you can buy your 1 cup of coffee, have a bucket of goodies that just has like treats and fun things, right? Okay. So these are the easy things. Participating in events, finding an event. Sawyer Park always asks me if I want to participate in their events. I have done the purse bingo where we've gotten Century 21's name right on the big TV. I have donated a purse. I have, how was that event? The purse at a bingo? Yep, and you can scan in. You can scan in as a sponsor and pay a couple $100. And what you want in exchange is contact information. So you either say, hey, it's just like when people come to host an event here. Hey, I would like to get everybody's contact information. And so what in exchange, if I do this for you, what do I get back? Do I get a list? Do I get to say hi to everybody? I get my name on the board? Do I get a QR code? Like, what do I get for it? And figure out, is that valuable enough for you? So typically, even though there's like 1,000 people that shows up, I only get about 50 or so QRs, right? It's not a bad scan in, and then I give away a purse for a couple $100. Not a bad deal. So there's always those opportunities, right? So when you host an event, depending on what kind of event it is and who you are in that event, you need to dress accordingly, prepare accordingly, and whatnot. So, when you're giving away swag, during the holidays and during the fall season, you might do things that are different. Like maybe, let me borrow that. At a sports game. So these are things that I used to get everybody to do. And so I know when you're one of my older agents, because this is what you do, the magnets, they do work. These are really, really great. And football season starts when? September. Yeah, right now. So already, yep, 9/11, 9/18, but you still have 3 months, so you can order these. So I'm going to show you guys how to get them. Thank you very much. What's the site's name now? Can't remember. Real estate magnets? Okay. Yeah, it used to be house magnets. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to share with you guys some of the things that I do. So if you're hosting the event, then you need to make sure you got everybody else prepared. You tell everybody what they need to be bringing, and then you need to set up the Eventbrite, right? And the events and whatnot. And what swag things are you giving out? So I'm going to show you a couple places that's going to help you give some ideas. So my favorite place, Oriental Trading, is my favorite place to go to when the fall comes, right? You got your Halloween event, and you can get your candies, all your back to school stuff. There is a little bit of something for everything. So you're not going to host a luau right now, unless you're doing something already for Labor Day weekend, I think it is, right? Labor Day is coming up. So school supplies are a little bit late for it, but I think the next big one is Halloween. So you start prepping to see if anybody's doing a Halloween bazaar, a Halloween trunk or treat, and you start thinking about, what do I want to do to participate? Do I want to just give away candy? Do I want to bag up a bunch of gifts? Or do I want to dress up and just talk about real estate? Like, you've got a plan to figure out where you fit in. Does that make sense? They have everything in here. So if you're not a Halloween person and you look for Thanksgiving, there's lots of little things to do also here. So hosting an event, okay? Once you figure out how many events you're going to do and then where are you going to find those events, then you start planning for them. Now is the time to plan them because yes, while Halloween is what, 2 months away, you need to start saying, okay, letting people know, hey, I'm going to be at this event. Y'all should go too. Hey, I'm going to be giving this raffle away at this event. By the time you decide, it's going to be 2 weeks from now, and then we're into um, school starts, and then you guys are like caught up, and then all of a sudden it's Labor Day. And then now you're like, oh my God, I need to pay the fees. I need to register. I need to get my tent. I need to get my signs. You're well way into late September, early October. And then you're like rushing. And even me on this 2 or 3 days before, I still have Amazon boxes coming in. So unless you work really well under pressure, you need to start planning early, right? Well, if you're hosting open houses and you know you're going to be hosting 2 or 3 in October, then start getting some little things. You might not want to get stuff for 50 or 100 people. You might just want to get stuff for maybe 20 people for 2 or 3 of the open houses that you're doing. Does that make sense? But once people know that, hey, she's hosting an open house and she's got like fun things for me, I might want to go visit there. And a lot of y'all don't realize that when y'all are hosting open houses, don't just host the open houses for yourself. You can invite like your friends and your family to show up at that open house and tell them, like, look, raffle's open for everybody. So y'all win, and we can go and share the raffle together or whatever it is. Okay. But there's a lot of things that y'all can buy here that is fairly inexpensive and it's fun for kids. Fall events are typically um kid oriented, right? It's focused on the kids. And so the more kid friendly you make it, the better the moms are going to feel because who makes most of the home buying decisions? It is the mom. A lot of times even if the dad's the breadwinner, the mom chooses a house. If they're engaged, the fiance, the girls typically choose a house, unless you have a guy that's like, I need to have my man cave and forget your craft. And then we're like, why are you marrying that person again? Like what's going on here? So same thing. When it comes to home purchasing decisions is connecting with the ladies that typically will help you get to the right end result, right? And they don't want to feel threatened by you ever. So you got Thanksgiving, and then of course you got Christmas. So if you guys don't know, I am known for hosting Christmas with the Grinch. So most of my Christmas trinkets has nothing to do with Christmas joy. They're all green. And I have like green cups, like anything Grinch wise, I have, as well as a Grinch tree. And so when that time of the year comes around, my neighbors do ask, hey, Lisa, is a Grinch coming this year? And they find out where. I've posted it here, I've posted at different locations, and typically at the nail salon because they're always like, you bring so many people here. And so that's kind of how I co-brand with the business. And with that, I get a lot of referrals from that nail salon. I actually got one referral that's buying 2 houses, not one, but two $300,000 houses. So, and I got a call, so I'm trying to get him through the lending process and everything. And he's got a ton of cash. And so, yeah, just FYI, when you do stuff with small businesses, they do love you back in return because when they're sitting there thinking about it, like, who's helping me? Is it that real estate agent that says, come buy, sell, or lease with me? Or Chris, who's coming to have coffee and giving us materials, educating us, and having great conversations with us? I think I'd rather work with Chris, right? Same with y'all, small businesses near you. Um, Fukuda. I walk into Fukuda, the owner always comes and says, thank you so much. And, I tell the agents to check in when y'all go to Fukuda. She has a sign right there, the award sign that best sushi in the Woodlands with our name on it, Century 21. I think it says Alpha Commercial Group, but it's one of the Century 21s, either Alpha or Lucky Money. Got rotate restaurants, right? So with that, there's just a lot of really great opportunities for you guys to go out and share information with the small businesses. And now that I'm going to be putting up the VIP cards, we're going to get a little sticker that's going to be, use your Lucky Money VIP card. And people is going to be like, how do we get that VIP card? So there's a lot of different ways we're going to get our name on the door. We're going to get our name on the awards, and I sponsor that award every single year. It costs me about $500 or $600, which isn't very much. And I have to show up and I have to give out awards and have to take pictures with everybody, but everybody loves that opportunity, right? So, hosting events. Okay. So here's some of the things that you can do. Now, if you guys want to, I'm going to go to House of Magnets, even though I know it's not House of Magnets anymore. I can't remember what the name of it is ever. So it does reroute to Markle. Okay, so here's the other thing. If you have kids that play sports, right? Then go and
They're so football.
well, if you go to football games or if you support a team or you love a team or whatever, you got all these right here.
Joy, like you need to get football because there's like it has your age rise and it has all this.
Oh, she's got 4 different football schedules on there, which is really cool. So these are only one. So where did you get yours from?
Uh,
Real Estate Magnet, she said. Where is it? Magnets.
that basically found them really cheap. They could do the same thing, right?
They can, but you got to design them and everything. These are all pre-made. So anyways, so I've had them where they're pre-made and you can actually have them print everything for you. And these are really great. So Chris, um, this is great for residential agents. If you are looking to target a business like bars and things like that, what I used to do is I used to tell people if you want to target, if you have a local bar that you like to go to, like a wings place or just a bar that you frequent, and there's lots of TVs around, you can go and drop a stack there and people will pick it up for you. Yeah. So but there's a lot on here. So if you do sports, this is a way for y'all to do it. So you can go to you can go to a business. So there's multiple ways. Like you can go all out, like attend an event, do the tents and things like that. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the easiest way to do it is small business targeting and open houses. So small business targeting and open houses are technically two the same thing. Hey, I'm going to be at this restaurant or this bar for this amount of days and I'm paying $1 towards everybody's drinks that comes in that day. 25 people, you got 25 handshakes, right? Um, and or an open house and I got a raffle, you spend $25, you got $25 raffle and you get to meet people in the neighborhood. One of the things that y'all need to start doing or should be doing during the fall when you're hosting open houses is going to visit all the homes in the neighborhood and don't solicit. Soliciting is knocking on the door and saying, I'm a real estate agent and I'd like to work with you instead of, hey, I'm hosting an open house down the street. I have a couple of swag items and gifts down there, and I'm hosting a raffle. Come by on Saturday at 1 o'clock if you'd like to drop in. That's a little bit different. It is kind of soliciting, but you're also offering them something in exchange.
Like give like an exclusive, right? Like for only just for
Yeah.
30 minutes or the hour.
Yeah. So, yeah. So just like Renee, I think did it where it's like, hey, come for the at this time to this time, and this is what you're gonna get if you come early. So little things like that. Okay. Post to your social media, announce it a couple weeks ahead of time, but plan it and put it on your calendar months in advance. So that way you know when you're gonna start doing it. I teach it to you right now. So that way when I start planning my fall events, you guys are gonna like watch me go through the process, right? So that's the easiest. Going to a small business. So having the swag items, whether it's the calendars or dropping magnets, the little emergency contact magnets for the refrigerator. I do that at daycares and stuff like that too. So just find one that suits you. If you don't like it, don't do it because you're never going to see any you're not going to see a return. Like if you don't like football, don't bother with the football calendar. If you don't like soccer, don't bother with that. If you don't have kids, just pick something that applies to you. They have them where there's kitchen quotes, measurements, like recipes, recipe calendars, like lots of little different things. Pick one that suits you. If you guys are doing the preferred client club is automatically going to send a calendar at the end of the year. But calendars are always people's favorites. Like they never, almost never ever throw them away. Okay. So when you do these events, always have something to give away, whether it's a little candy bag, a little trinket, or whatever it is. So that's just a basic. Have your contact information ready, have a QR ready, and just be ready to have a conversation. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just getting work done. And there's lots of changes in the real estate market. I'd love to be able to answer your questions. One way to have great conversations while you're drinking coffee, having a beer, doing a happy hour, or whatever it is. Um, and then for y'all at open houses, a way to get the neighbors and people to interact. It's a lot easier in the fall. Even if you take winter, fall, spring, and summer all together, the best time to host open houses are in the fall. People want to go out, people want to see homes, people want to just roam around, people want to smell good things. So make sure the home smells good. Don't light candles, do plug-ins or something like that. You don't want to burn the houses down. She's like, oh, I shouldn't have baked that cookie. I might have caught it on fire. But find things that makes the home smell good, and people will come and visit with you. All right. Carry a wreath around, and drop and hang it on the door and make it feel like really welcome, like open house welcome. And the neighbors are gonna see it and they're gonna be like, oh, well, my real estate agent didn't have a pretty wreath with an open house sign or whatever it is. So, bring all your arts and crafts out. Okay. So those are events. So the second easiest events for you guys to do is to host community events. So I showed y'all earlier, like you participate in somebody else's events. So what I typically do is I actually know which events I like to do. But there are a lot of people who are doing like community events. So I just type in community events near me. Places where you can find good information also is impact in the magazine, community impacts. And each of your towns typically will have things like a calendar of events. Like the Woodlands has a calendar of events and it'll say vendors needed. Vendor for you guys, vendor spots between $50 to $200 or how much it's going to be. But if you're not selling a product and you're not getting a return that day, you probably want to stick with something that's less than $100. And you can always partner if you know somebody that sells tumblers, t-shirts, or gifts and swag and things like that. Say, hey, can I come hang out with you at whatever event that you're doing this weekend? I'll pay for half the booth. And what I'd like is I want anybody that shops with you, I want their contact information. I want to put a QR there and I want to give away just swag all day and shake hands and talk to everybody. And what you need to do is not sit inside your tent. You need to stand outside your tent and shake hands with every single person that walks by. Does that make sense? Yes. And so Junior League Holiday Market. I have no idea what it is, but it's a holiday market. And I'm pretty sure there's 2.6 thousand people interested. It's a charity organization. I don't know very much about it, but typically if you see a market, there's opportunity for you to become a vendor. So there is a mission, join us, contacts, become a merchant. There you go. Holiday sponsors, become a merchant, and then they'll give you resource information. So I'm just looking, right? And there you have it. So these booth prices are like an arm and a leg, but
Yeah.
yeah. But this is again also if you know somebody, okay, let's just say you don't want to split $1,000, right? If you know somebody that's hosting the event there, say, hey, can I come help you man the booth? And in exchange, I'll come and hang out with you the entire day. Because the hardest thing for vendors to do is to find the help to come and help them sell and market their material. Like, look, I can't pay for it, but I do want to market my business. And what I can do is I can attract people to your booth. Like people love if they're able to get me for free, they're like, hell yeah, I'll take Lisa any day. Because when I used to like go and volunteer to like get gifts and do stuff at the mall, and I just sit there. I just went out and like, I mean, if you pass by me, I was hauling you in and pushing you in and then getting the next person coming by, right? And so they're always like, Lisa, you need to go do it again. And so it's the same. You guys, if y'all know anybody that's doing a booth in here, this is a really great opportunity because you're going to meet these people again. And then what's going to happen is everybody else is going to be watching you. And then when you go and visit them, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm not with them. I'm just a real estate agent, but I'm here just to visit, share my information. And they're going to be like, well, why don't you do it for me next? And so you get to meet, like Chris, great opportunity because you're very outgoing. Great opportunity for you to go and meet every single business owner, right? So as a real estate agent, when you attend these booths, not only can you get residential clients, you can pick up commercial referral business also. Yeah, because they might not have a location. It's the same thing. Anytime I go to a market or something, I pick up everybody's business cards. Well, I don't do anything with them. You guys should. Okay. Don't be me in that situation. Right. Yeah, absolutely. So if y'all have a business that's doing a grand opening, you can let them know, hey, can I put a booth out to promote your business and promote mine? And we've done that where we do grand openings because it attracts more people to the event because now they're curious. They're curious because there's more than one tent. All right. So there's lots of opportunities for you guys to do a lot of these things. Grand Central Park does a farmers market every single week. Creston is trying to find people to do vendor stuff. So they might not let real estate agents go and have an entire booth for free, but if you pay for it, I mean, you're going to hang out with all the residents, right? So same thing like whenever I do the trunk or treats. The only reason why I charge for a booth is so that I don't get 20 people that RSVPs for a spot and then only get 5 that shows up. So I've learned my lesson. I will always charge at least $50 for a booth. And then most of the time when I do host the entire event, I make sure that they're making their money's worth by me making sure I push people to the mall or I get a stamp. Just like when I did the Christmas with the Grinch, every vendor was like, I'd love to come back because you force everybody to come and see us, you know? So there's a lot of little things, shop small businesses and stuff like that. You guys can partner in and do these. I would say everybody on this call, you guys are not prepared to host your own event. It's always better to watch people do it or attend the event. So that way it's just less work. Okay. Every time I host an event, I make it look really easy, but it is very, very difficult. And it is a lot of work. Keeping people organized, figuring out how much money to charge everybody, is there going to be enough RSVP? So my most successful events that I attend or volunteer for are the Halloween events. Halloween, Easter, Christmas with the Grinch, and also the lion dancing. And it's very four consistent things that I do almost every single year. Does that make sense? So you guys have that opportunity to suggest to maybe your homeowners association, hey, are you hosting an event? I'd like to volunteer. So volunteer. Your HOA needs help with their events. They're just not asking or you don't know about it. But I guarantee you they always need help and they always need volunteers. And if they don't share with you because some other agents in there go to the schools and ask the school, hey, are you guys hosting any events? Do y'all need any help with it? Or do you need any vendor booths? I'd love to participate. And they're always going to say yes. Does that make sense? So, are y'all familiar with National Nights Out? So it's going to be August the 5th. Is that tonight? Cool. Oh, wow.
Didn't really have a lot of membership.
No, not this year. So typically there's a lot of national night out, right? And what this does is typically held by the community. So here you go. You got National Night Out, National Night Out. So there's a couple of people that are hosting the National Night Out. It's a little bit late for us because I kind of got onto it, but a lot of communities host National Night Out and a lot of subdivisions host National Nights Out. And what this is an opportunity for the small business vendors to go in and host things, and the community can give away like cookies, treats, and stuff. So what I'm known for is going to Sam's and picking up those big round cookie trays and coming right before everybody gets there. And right at check-in, the moment you check in, the first thing all the kids gets is a cookie. So that way they get all their sugar in right in the beginning and they go crazy. And then when they leave, um, they're tired. So I'll do things like that. Oriental Trading. I go, and then what I typically get from Oriental Tradings, and these are, I have these all over my house right now. So glow sticks. So anytime I do events, I do glow sticks, and this can be for you guys too. These are some of the most popular items that you can keep for every single event you ever do. These like bulk glow sticks, kids love them, and you get to put them on. If you guys are savvy, y'all can get the slap bracelets with your name on it, and you can slap them on the kids. I get the glow in the dark ones, and then I put a sticker with my information in the middle, and every time they slap it, everybody can see Century 21 running around. Um, and the parents knows it too. The parents, all the parents in my neighborhood, they trust me. So they let the kids come up to me and they'll let me pop them with the slap bracelets. I was like, put your hands out, and I just pop them on there. And it's a lot of fun. And then I give them glow sticks. So that way, when it starts to get dark, they have glow sticks. You could do this at any event from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. Okay. So these are all just ideas. So apparently we miss National Night Out. That's so weird. That is tonight. And my neighborhood, I didn't hear anything about it in my neighborhood at all. Did y'all hear about it? So yeah, it's typically a huge community event. Okay. So the other thing y'all can look up is holiday markets. Okay. And just make sure that you guys, again, partner up with somebody that has uh has something, or you guys make sure it's not like super expensive. But there's always a lot of like little holiday markets everywhere near you. Okay. And then the other thing is I always go into my neighborhood and I look for like holiday. I just check to see if anybody typed up anything for the holiday. So it's just Christmas stuff. So nobody's done started marketing for any events or anything. So my HOA is behind. The reason why they're behind is because I've refused to volunteer this year. I typically manage a lot of the HOA events, but I got outed by the other, one of the other real estate agents. And then I got mad. They're like, well, will you help her? I was like, no, I showed up to an event and I tried to help and she wouldn't even talk to me. And it was earlier this year because she comes to my event and I treat her just the same. And when I showed up to hers, I literally showed up and they shoved my stuff in the back of the wall. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna help you. But y'all don't be like me. Like I'm being a little bit petty right now. So, but with that, it's typically good to do the Halloween events. So I'm pretty sure that in about 2 or 3 weeks, the HOA is going to reach out to me and say, hey, we're going to need your help. Because that's typically what happens. Because I'm really, out of most of the people that's organized events, I'm probably one of them. I'm able to manage the events really well. And when I post, I'm able to get across to people in the neighborhood. So if you're posting in your neighborhood page and you're inviting people to events, so Renee, if you're posting an open house and things like that, it's good to figure out where the event is and actually do a live into the feed, and you actually will get people that will pull you up. So in my neighborhood page, you'll see that I post food. Um, I respond to things all the time. I go and I like information, I'll ask questions and stuff. So if my name's popping up here, it's because I responded. But yeah, this is me protesting. I do the tax protests, the raffles. Uh, but every now and then, like you can see my videos, I get tagged on videos and events and stuff in here. And I have done like Halloween events where I will just kind of um go in and turn on a video or something, like little short videos. So you see, like my neighborhood, when they see me, they're used to seeing like fun stuff. Yep, live video. I'm like half awake. So it does work. You can always do live video. Sometimes they get taken down, or it's only like one of those short videos where it gets taken off at a certain time. So when you're out of business or whatever, you can do that too. Okay, so Facebook. If you guys are sharing an event, okay, so let's just say you're hosting a market event over there and you want to share it. What you want to do is you want to ask the host. If it's a big event, they're not going to allow you to do it. But if it's a little event, sometimes they'll help you be the host of the event. And what you can do is you can take that and you can share it even if they're not hosts, but you can comment in there, bring people in, and invite people directly to the event. Does that make sense? So like this one is a class that I'm hosting. I can take it and then I can share it and say, hey, I'm going to be at this event. You guys should come and join me. Who wants to go? And keep it open-ended and let people go in there and start clicking on. Does that make sense? And the more common people that y'all have that's interested in the same thing, the more Facebook's going to share it out. Yes? Okay. So let's talk about ideas and doing events. Okay. So I lost. Rocio, have you ever done an event? I only got a couple of y'all today on call. And then I lost Renee.
You said me?
Yeah, have you ever hosted an event?
Yeah, whenever we did the home buyer seminar. Is that an event?
Yes, but a public event, a community event.
Oh no, never.
Do you know anybody that sells stuff at the holiday markets?
No. Do you?
That's a good question. So Mary Kay people, like the makeup people, candles, even like sometimes the people that comes and sells us swag, sometimes they have booths and stuff too, small boutiques and stores and stuff like that. You can always find out, or you can just attend the events and then make friends with some people and be like, how much do these booths cost? Would you be open if I split it with you next week or next month? And that way I can have a little raffle or something like that. There's opportunities. Okay. How about you, Olga? If I made y'all do an event as a project, y'all might just leave me. How about you, Olga? Olga, are you going to talk to me today? She's like, no. Rocio, what were you going to
Yeah.
say?
Well, I was just gonna say that I would like to host an event. I think that would get me out of my comfort zone.
Why don't you host a Spanish speaking homebuyer seminar? Let's just target all Hispanics and then I'll give you my slide and I'll sit back and watch you.
Okay, I can do
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, get your flyers ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, me and Olga can do it.
Okay. Both of y'all. That'd be fun. Fall actually is a good time to host seminars, educational events. Literally, if you want people to get out during the fall, now's the time. You have actually from now until mid-December until they just lock themselves back up in the house again. Because spring, everybody's like home cleaning and then they don't want to buy anything because they're still decluttering. Summer is too hot. And then you got school time like right about now. But I'm telling you, the time to do events and host things and get people to come out to you is right after Labor Day weekend. So I'm teaching it to you right now. Okay. So ideas.
The churches and things are always having like people from cemeteries, selling lots and stuff like that. Yeah, and then I saw that there was some logo to was video in here.
So if they're selling cemetery lots, you should probably get some information about um probates and estates and stuff like that. Okay. So if you're gonna host an event, and she was talking about a bazaar. One of the things you need to have is a tent. Now you can borrow my tent if you want, but you've got to return it and you oh, a spark market. I do. Well, I have tents. Yeah.
Canopy.
So we have a giant tent and you've got to return it to me. To borrow it costs you $100, but if you return it, you get your $100 back. That is an $800 tent.
I don't know. How big?
It's a 10 by 10, but it takes two full grown adults to put it together, and I can't do it myself.
And by two-
It's a 10 by 10, but it's like one of those really giant tall ones, right?
Make it pop up like that.
It does, it pops up pointier. It has the old Lucky Money Luxury, Busy Coaching, and Alpha Commercial Group logos on it. But if y'all use it, trust me, people will know the brand. Y'all need tables, you need chairs, fold up tables. The best tables typically or the 6 foot tables, unless you're selling something, then do a 10 foot table. But if you get, I'm sorry, 8 foot table. If you get an 8 foot table and you don't put anything on it, it looks like you're boring, right? So a 6 foot table, you can fill up with paper and stuff a little bit easier. And you can always get a little cover, table covers like that. There's a lot of things that y'all can borrow from us. So it's like I ordered it. Yeah, I don't think I ordered it from here, but you can get a lot of it. The reason why mine cost $800 was one, I didn't think to buy it from here. Okay. And two, I have 4 different logos on it. So it was almost like 80 or $90 for the setup and everything. And it's it's one of those really, really big pointy ones, and it came with the backside, which I don't even know where the backside is. So I kind of went all out with it. But you guys can get custom canopy logos right here. So yeah, this is like yeah, so this one's fairly cheap too. So But you got to make sure you get the tent with it, because sometimes it's just the cover or whatever it is. So mine actually is like pointy like this one. You see how like it points up a lot higher? Yeah, this little red one right here. So anyways, but you guys can get your tents. So these are like fairly inexpensive. But you need to make sure the tent comes with it, okay? Because sometimes you have to buy the tent separate. Just saying. But back in the days when I used and and I can say that probably 4 years ago or 3 years ago, yeah, I bought it when we first opened up. It was probably, yeah, because you could see I just bought the whole set. Custom tents. And I know, yeah, it was. You need custom tents and table covers. If you guys are hosting an event for the weekend and you need like chairs, y'all always welcome to come and borrow the chairs here as long as you let me know. And then we also have fold up chairs. So like we have a whole room full of fold up chairs. So technically I can have like another 50 chairs in here, no problem. So y'all can always borrow chairs from me. So there's a lot of things that y'all don't have to buy, okay? But I'm just saying, if you want to, you can have it. I typically would recommend a banner, which we also have the banners. We have 4-foot banners, we have 6-foot banners, and we have 8-foot banners that I would love for y'all to use. Um, so there's a lot of things that you guys can borrow from us, okay? But just make sure that whatever it is, you guys let us know ahead of time. And you guys uh give us a date and time. Make sure we're not using it also. Sounds good? So table covers, tents, and business cards, swag items, and setting up the event. If you I will be setting up my events probably in about 3 to 4 weeks once we get closer to a date, when I pick a date. I'll start giving you guys dates for all the events that I do. And once I start setting it up, I'll show you guys how to do it. And the cool thing is, if you've never done an event with me, it's branded to you. So your invite goes out as Crystal, your invite goes out as Chris, your invite goes out as Blancas. And I literally am like your public servant. I go out there and I work for you guys. You know, if y'all bring guests or anything like that, they're all your people and it looks like it's your event, which is the coolest thing. All right. What's that? Yeah. So, does anybody have any questions? So just think about things and ideas and places that you can go to. This one was a Spark Market that's being held on 8/8. So oh, Regis is hosting a market and it's on the 8th and it's from 5 to 9. And you guys are all interested. I mean, y'all are all invited. If you have Here you go. Let me pass it back to you guys. Don't forget to vote for me today, okay? All right. Do y'all have any questions online? Let's do that seminar.
Okay, I'll get with Olga.
Okay, and then tell Olga she's gonna have to do a commercial.
Okay, I'll tell her.
All right, I'm gonna kick y'all off, okay? I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.